Age is never a barrier for love. This is the main characters of this film that I discuss with you guys. A student and a woman twice his age realized that they were united not only by a passion for books, but also by something more, without imagining how it all could end. A student named Sava, whose parents are leaving for Venice, so he is left at home alone. Parents didn't take him because he skipped preparing for the entrance exams and needs to make up for lost time. Left to his own devices, he drinks and looks for a tutor in foreign literature. The next morning, he meets Anna Germanova and receives his first task, to read Gustave Flaubert's work, Madame Bovary. Sava is disappointed that the lesson lasted only a few minutes, but accepts the tutor's conditions and reads the book to write a short review. The next morning, Sava comes to class a little late and gives Anna Germanova a disc with a horror film. After reviewing the student's work on Flaubert's work, the tutor makes several comments, pointing out that the guy is characterized by teenage infantilism and maximalism. Despite this, he is a very smart and intelligent student. Anna Germanova decides to reveal the image of Emma from the work Madame Bovary in more detail. Listening attentively to the tutor, Sava looks at her as if she were a woman, admiring the shapes and curves of her body. He sees how reverently she treats flowers and feels sympathy for the woman who teaches him foreign literature. Leaving, Sava asks if Anna Germanova is on social networks and learns that she practically does not use the internet. Upon returning home, the student ignores his friends and refuses to meet. Meanwhile, Anna Germanova, having decided to make an exception to the rules, watches the horror film given by Sava. The next morning, the guy rushes to his third lesson and learns that the tutor had a minor accident with a burst pipe. Sava helps solve the problem and shuts off the water supply. After a few minutes, the tutor and student begin their lessons. To prevent the guy from sitting naked because of his drying t-shirt, Anna Germanova gives him one of her things. Sava did a good job on his homework and reveals the image of Emma from the book, which inspires Anna Germanova. At some point, she doesn't pay attention to what the student is saying, carefully examining the young and handsome guy. Having come to her senses, the woman suggests stopping classes since the guy doesn't need such a level of preparation. But Sava wants to continue dating her, and she is not against it. A little later, the woman is visited by her younger sister, Marina, who invites Anna to visit her for her son's birthday. Anna accepts the invitation and congratulates her nephew, after which she meets the rest of the guests. Most of all, a respectable and wealthy middle-aged man who owns a furniture factory pays attention to her and invites Anna to visit him. She is offended by the offer to go to the bathhouse together since she is not interested in a relationship. The woman is scared to admit it, but she looks with great interest not at the man, but at her own nephew. She begins to openly rebuke him, ignoring his attention. Marina notices this and asks her sister to be kinder, but Anna doesn't like to pretend. She is not interested in her sister's life, and everything that happens in the apartment makes no sense to her. Having apologized for telling the truth, Anna goes home, having spent only a few minutes at the celebration. The next day, Sava arrives a little earlier than the appointed time and notices that the door to the apartment is open. Once inside, the guy sees the woman getting dressed and becomes even more attracted to her. Anna Germanova feels embarrassed in front of Sava, so she quickly puts on her outerwear and asks him not to peek. At the end of the meeting, the woman returns the disc with the film, thanking the student for the nice gift. In the evening, Sava buys lilies and, thinking about Anna Germanova, engages in self-gratification. The next morning, the guy gives flowers to the tutor and decides not to hide his sympathy. He asks her to say that she wants kisses. Despite the catastrophic age difference, the woman succumbs to temptation and asks for it. The couple feels something between them but realizes that this is not entirely right. On the way home, Sava calls a friend and suggests having a party with his classmates. Meanwhile, Anna Germanova registers on social networks to look at the guy's photo. The next lesson begins with Anna Germanova refusing to continue training the applicant. She understands that this unusual relationship will not lead to anything good and suggests a more experienced tutor. Sava does not listen to the woman and undresses in front of her eyes, which greatly embarrasses Anna Germanova. She is afraid to open her eyes but gives in to temptation, resulting in the couple enjoying times after this. Sava decides to open all the curtains so that sunlight fills the room. He is in love with the tutor and is not shy about being around her despite their age difference. As a result, their classes cease to have the usual format. The couple spends a lot of time together studying foreign literature, having dinner, and enjoying the perfect time until the morning. Despite their age, they feel good together, and it seems that it will be like this forever. On one of these days, Anna meets her new neighbor, Dmitri. The intellectual shows sympathy, but the woman does not pay attention to him, rejecting the compliments of an unfamiliar man. Meanwhile, the school children are organizing a house party. Sava does not pay attention to the girls, but his friends advise him to take a closer look at Mariana. The girl constantly looks at her classmate, not hiding her sympathy and interest in him. Soon, a game begins in which everyone talks about their desires. The girl declares in front of everyone that she would like to spend the night with Sava and puts him in an awkward position. Alcohol brings the couple closer, as a result of which Sava and Mariana enjoy the time. Waking up in the same bed in the morning, Sava realizes that he has made a terrible mistake. Having missed class, he comes to Anna Germanova only in the evening. The guy admits that he cheated and is expecting a quarrel, but the woman takes the news surprisingly calmly, feeling pangs of conscience. Sava pours water on himself and slaps him in the face in order to somehow punish him for his crime. Anna Germanova invites him to have dinner and take a headache pill. She understands that she will not be able to keep the guy because of his age, and it is normal that peers pay attention to him. Despite forgiveness, she thinks about what Sava said. As soon as the guy leaves, Anna finds photographs of Mariana on the internet, realizing that she is not her competitor due to her youth and beauty. The next morning, the schoolgirl meets Sava near his entrance and asks to visit him since she forgot an important thing at his house. It turns out that the girl left her bra and did it on purpose so that she could come visit again. Mariana offers to go up to the attic and spend time together, but the guy categorically refuses. After this, the girl offers friendship and justifies what happened as a failed relationship. Sava agrees to be friends, unaware that Mariana has got him in her heart. In the evening, Sava goes to his next lesson and meets Anna Germanova in an evening dress. She has prepared a romantic dinner, but the guy suggests taking a walk in the park. The tutor feels awkward due to the age difference and public opinion. Sava tries to take her hand, but Anna Germanova is against it, fearing gossip. At some point, she realizes that she is offending the guy and calms him down with putting lips. Upon returning home, the couple enjoys the romantic time, having an amazing time, and is no longer embarrassed either by their feelings or by their inquisitive neighbor. After the date, Sava goes to his home but meets Mariana near Anna Germanova's entrance. Their meeting is accidental, but the woman notices this, suggesting that Sava is lying to her, dating both her and her classmate. The next morning, Anna Germanova notices Sava in the company of other school children, but he does not react in any way to the fact that she is standing nearby and is leaving with friends to ride a bicycle. Standing next to Mariana, Anna Germanova tries to compare herself and the girl, realizing that the chances are not equal. Having met her neighbor again, the disappointed woman invites him to her place, as a result of which Anna and Dmitri end up having the best time ever. Sava comes to visit and meets the neighbor, not understanding what he was doing in the woman's apartment. Anna Germanova starts a scandal out of jealousy, breaks the dishes, and pushes Sava away. When the guy decides to leave, she stops him, and the couple goes to sleep. Sometime later, Sava wakes up and notices the eraser to prevent from being fat, realizing what Anna Germanova and her neighbor were doing. The guy feels sick and goes home, disappointed in the woman. Having withdrawn into himself, Sava tidies up the house and waits for his parents to return. Having arrived from Vani, the parents give their son souvenirs, noticing that he is not in the mood at all. A little later, Sava runs to the tutor and sees that she is depressed. A woman lives in a dilapidated apartment. After an argument, realizing that she has lost the heart of her life, she is no longer tutoring. So, Sava leaves. Soon he enters and begins dating a girl. After a walk, the guy notices Anna Germanova and decides to follow her. At some point, he realizes that he has no strength to catch up with the woman and calls her by name. Anna Germanova turns around and looks at him, realizing that this is not the end. Thanks for watching.